The Property Bulletin by London Property, the home of superprime.
The National Association of Property Buyers is sounding the alarm, urging the government to prioritise the resolution of the UK's escalating rental problems. According to spokesperson Jonathan Rolande, millions are finding it increasingly difficult to afford rental homes, with projections indicating a worsening situation in 2024 unless urgent action is taken to address the supply shortage. The NAPB proposes 5 controversial steps to tackle the crisis. First, encourage landlords to invest in insulation, enhancing energy efficiency in rental properties. This move could be incentivised by allowing landlords to reclaim enhanced tax relief for such upgrades, creating more comfortable and environmentally friendly homes. Second, advocate for increased construction of council houses by local authorities. This would provide secure and modern homes with the investment recouped within a decade. Third, address the housing demand by planning for population growth, considering the substantial increase in the population of England and Wales. Fourth, provide clear and stable legislation for landlords. This would minimise uncertainty caused by frequent changes, such as tenant fee bans, Section 21 bans and safety regulations, encouraging investment in the private rental sector. Finally, change tax laws to reward landlords offering longer and more secure leases with moderate built-in rent increases. This addresses tenant complaints about insecurity and fosters stable rental agreements. The NAPB stresses the need for immediate action to prevent the rental crisis from worsening in the coming years. In response to growing concerns about overpayments on stamp duty, HMRC has broken its silence, acknowledging that taxpayers may be overpaying by an alarming average of £27,000. Reports from Cornerstone, a tax expert group, indicate that refund claims are taking longer than the expected 6-week period. Cornerstone, successful in reclaiming over £30 million in overpaid stamp duty relief over the last 3 years, highlights the urgency of addressing the supply crisis in the sector to prevent the situation from worsening in 2024. HMRC responded to the stamp duty concerns, cautioning that many claims received from repayment agents are incorrect, and some agents may make false claims to charge fees. The spokesperson advised caution, stating, "If someone promises easy money and it sounds too good to be true, it probably is." For those affected, Cornerstone's tax group chairman, David Hanna, recommends conducting a thorough analysis, seeking professional advice, and understanding applicable regulations to minimise the risk of overpaying. Prompt initiation of a review in case of overpayment allows for rectification, evidence gathering, and pursuit of appropriate actions for a refund or adjustments. As the issue unfolds, HMRC urges vigilance and emphasises the potential consequences for incorrect claims. The spokesperson warned, "Where a claim is wrong, the purchaser is liable to pay back all the tax that was refunded, with interest, and could also have to pay a penalty of up to 100% of the tax refund." For those eligible for a repayment of higher rates of stamp duty land tax, SDLT, for additional properties, the government provides specific application requirements, including details of the property, transaction reference number, and information about the previous main residence sold. Electronic payment of refunds is encouraged where possible. As concerns persist, taxpayers are advised to stay informed and take appropriate steps to address potential overpayments in stamp duty. In an historic conclusion to what has been dubbed the Vatican's trial of the century, Cardinal Angelo Becciu, once a prominent Vatican official, has been sentenced to 5.5 years in prison for embezzlement. This landmark case sheds light on financial misconduct surrounding a multi-million-pound investment in a luxury property in London, resulting in substantial losses for the Catholic Church. Becciu, who was once considered a potential future pope, vehemently denies the charges and has announced plans to appeal the verdict. At the core of this 2.5-year trial in Vatican City's criminal court was the Vatican's investment in a property in southwest London's Chelsea neighbourhood. The Holy See spent approximately $400 million on the deal, only to incur losses of $150 million after eventually selling the asset. Prosecutors argued that the church was deceived into paying an excessive amount for the property, with intermediaries benefiting financially and those overseeing the deal accused of negligence. The trial marked a critical test for Pope Francis in his ongoing efforts to bring transparency and accountability to the Vatican's traditionally opaque financial practices. Throughout his pontificate, the Pope has prioritised cleaning up the Vatican's bank, establishing a financial regulatory system, and cracking down on irregularities and conflicts of interest. The London property deal, at the heart of this trial, began with the Holy See investing $200 million in a fund managed by Raffaele Mincioni, a London-based Italian financier, who controlled a 45% stake in the Chelsea property. Cardinal Becciu, in his role as Chief of Staff, authorised this initial investment. However, the Vatican became dissatisfied with the investment, alleging overvaluation of the property by Mincioni and failure to disclose a £75 million, $96 million mortgage. Subsequent dealings involved the Vatican paying hefty fees to various parties, leading to further financial complications. The trial also delved into allegations against Becciu regarding the embezzlement of church funds and payments to a security consultant, Cecilia Marogna. The charges included funneling money to his home diocese of Sardinia, benefiting his family, and authorizing payments to Marogna purportedly to aid in the release of a kidnapped nun. Marogna, dubbed the Cardinal's Lady, was accused of misusing funds on luxury items from high-end brands. Becciu's removal from his position by Pope Francis in 2020, prior to being charged, signalled the gravity of the allegations. The trial's outcome not only marks a significant development in Vatican jurisprudence, but also has implications for Pope Francis's ongoing efforts to reform the Vatican's financial practices and solidify his legacy as a reformer. Indian billionaire Adar Poonawalla has made the headlines with the purchase of a £138 million mansion in Mayfair, marking the largest property acquisition in the UK for 2023 and the second most expensive home ever sold in the city. Poonawalla, often referred to as the Vaccine Prince, secured the 25,000 square feet Aberconway House, previously owned by the Kulczyk family. Aberconway House, a 1920s mansion near Hyde Park, was sold by the daughter of the late businessman Jan Kulczyk, Poland's wealthiest man. The property is now under the ownership of Serum Life Sciences, a UK subsidiary of Serum Institute India, led by Adar Poonawalla. Adar Poonawalla, born on 14th of January 1981, serves as the CEO of Serum Institute India, a key player in vaccine production, particularly known for manufacturing the Covishield vaccine. Educated in Pune, India, Poonawalla continued his studies in the UK, attending institutions in Canterbury and the University of Westminster. Poonawalla took over the leadership of the Serum Institute from his father in 2011. In 2021, he rented the Grade 2 listed Aberconway House for approximately £69,000 per week. The recent property deal follows significant investments by the Serum Institute in vaccine research and manufacturing facilities near Oxford. The Poonawalla family also pledged £50 million to Oxford University in 2021 for the Poonawalla Vaccines Research Building. Although Poonawalla is not expected to relocate permanently to the UK, the newly acquired mansion will serve as a base for the family. This property acquisition stands out as the most expensive in the UK for 2023, surpassing other notable sales, including the £113 million purchase of Hanover Lodge by SR Group billionaire Ravi Ruya's family office. Notably, London's most expensive house sale to date occurred in January 2020, when 2 to 8A Rutland Gate was sold for a record-breaking £210 million to Hui Ka-yan, the founder and chair of the Chinese property developer Evergrande.
Subscribe to our newsletter to receive our weekly bulletins and stay ahead of what's shaping the superprime property market.